Cyberworld 3D is a 3D animated film that was released in IMAX movie theaters on October 6th in the year 2000. The plot centers around Fig, who introduces us to Cyberworld. She is the main character and host of the movie. Cyberworld is presented as a museum of infinite possibilities. Buzzed, Wired, and Frazzled are 3 computer bugs that are determined to eat the coding of Cyberworld and destroy it altogether. While going after the bugs, Fig shows the audience an assortment of animated clips. These range from a bar segment with characters from the movie Ants to a 3D animated scene from The Simpsons. Between each animated segment, the movie would transition back to Fig and Cyberworld. The 3 cyberbugs create a black hole that sucks them in, presumably killing them. Fig almost suffers the same fate, but gets saved by the Knight in Cyber Armor technician Hank when he reboots the vortex. Once we reach the end of the film, Fig tells us that none of the events happened because the computer bugs. After this, she exchanges her battle armor for a pink bunny suit. Cyberworld 3D was a huge success at the box office, bringing in nearly $17 million, which is amazing for a short film like this. During Cyberworld 3D, 8 shorts are shown. Throughout the year, 6 out of 8 shorts have been posted online and are available to watch in full. The short titled Flipbook and Waterfall City has been partially found. However, the short titled Tonight's Performance is completely lost, along with some of the transition segments featuring Fig. After the initial run of Cyberworld 3D in IMAX theaters, it was never released on DVD or in digital form. Because of this, the film has become very obscure, having only been screened a handful of times since its premiere. The last known screening of this obscure film was in 2017 at the BFI IMAX in the United Kingdom. Seeing as how the original film is still owned by someone, and possibly a few IMAX theaters, I do believe that it will be available for public viewing sometime in the near future. Batman the Animated Series is one of the best shows ever made. Running for 3 years, producing 85 episodes, it stayed true to the comics and paved the way for other DC animated shows. One thing that isn't too well known about the series is that Tim Curry was originally going to voice the Joker throughout the show. Production of the second episode, titled Christmas with the Joker, began, and during the recording session, producers weren't satisfied with Curry voicing the Joker and decided they needed someone else for the role. Creator of the series Bruce Timm was happy with Curry's performance and wanted him to be the Joker. Despite this, Mark Hamill came in to take over the role. However, Tim Curry did voice a few small characters throughout the show, so he didn't leave on a bad note. Other than episode 2, Christmas with the Joker, it's unknown how many other episodes were recorded with Tim Curry as Joker. Sources have stated that 4 episodes were done by Tim Curry, and it's rumored that possibly the entire first season was done with Curry's Joker. The original Joker audio is most likely locked up in a vault at Warner Brothers headquarters. Toon News is a CGI series that is hosted by a funny robot named Smokey Silver. Created in 2004, the segments would air in between shows on Toon Disney, showing news segments that would relate to the next episode of a Disney show. As Toon News went on, other characters were added and we got to see more of Toontown. Episodes lasted for 5 minutes and the show usually had a comedic tone. Creator of Toon News, Kathy McDonald, won a few awards for the show, and many viewers were a big fan of the Toon News format. The host would talk about Disney movies as well. 26 episodes were made for Toon News. Once the show went off the air, Smokey Silver disappeared, and no episodes of the show were available to watch anywhere. Finally, in 2017, creator of the show Kathy McDonald uploaded the first 3 episodes to YouTube. Another channel was made by her, and the next year, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 were uploaded. On one of the videos, a fan commented asking, "Where's more episodes?" Kathy replied saying she uploads when she has time and will post more episodes ASAP. This was back in 2018. No other episodes of Toon News were uploaded ever again, leaving 20 still lost. It's a safe bet that the creator of the show owns all episodes. Hopefully this series will be available to watch one day soon. Bob the Builder is a stop-motion animated series that first aired on Nick Jr. in 1998. Each episode centers around Bob, a building contractor who does masonry and helps out by doing jobs around town, while also fixing things, hence the catchphrase, "Can we fix it?" Bob the Builder is one of the top kids shows ever created, and has run for 18 seasons, producing 250 episodes. However, the original pilot episode was lost for years and hadn't been seen since 1997. The pitch pilot was created in 1997 to be pitched to Hit International. It said on the Bob the Builder website back in the day that the pilot was 90 seconds long. Creator of the show, Keith Chapman, had 3 months to complete this episode. Given this small time frame, he cut down the original script that was much longer. Curtis Jobling was a designer for Bob the Builder, and when asked about the lost pilot, he stated that Bob has very red lips in this episode, also mentioning that it wasn't very good, and that it wasn't designed by him. Finally, on December 22nd of 2020, this lost media mystery would be solved. Producer of the show, Richard Randolph, sent out a copy of the pilot and it was uploaded in full. The episode is about Bob and Ditter, his bulldozer.
Ow! Oh, look, there's an old bird's nest in the guttering.
No wonder the pipes keep overflowing.
We'll soon get it out. Fetch me a trowel, please, Digger.
Contrary to the website, the pilot episode is 2 minutes and 10 seconds long. The full pilot is available to watch online. Wow Wow Wooshy is an educational flash animated show made for children. It was originally pitched as a book to Fred Raider Studios in 2004. After reviewing the book, Boulder Media selected Wow Wow Wooshy to be an animated series. A pilot episode was created in 2005 to show off to different networks. Nickelodeon picked up the show after viewing the pilot, and the series premiered in August of 2006. Wow Wow Wooshy was very successful and ran for 2 seasons, producing 52 episodes. After the show ended, some fans searched for episodes online and noticed a few differences in the first promo for the show. This shows different character colors, and Wooshy's voice is very different.
Wow, wow, everyone! My name is Wooshy!
Usually when companies like Disney and Nickelodeon make the first promo for a new show, they have to use footage from the pilot episode because the show just started production. A good example of this is the Proud Family promo that used clips of the lost, unaired pilot. This brings the question, where is the original episode for Wow Wow Wooshy? The premise of the episode is the same as the first one that aired, titled A Tale of Tales. We know this by seeing the clips inside the promo. The pilot episode was never shown to the public, only for a few networks and private screenings. Because of the different voice for Wooshy, many fans are very curious to watch this full episode. All we can see today of the original pilot is the first promo for the show, which lasts 47 seconds. I did reach out to the creator of the series, Bob Boyle, however, this was unsuccessful. If you watched MTV in the late 2000s, then you probably remember a graphic show called Scarred. Premiering in April of 2007, the show featured clips of people doing sports like skateboarding, rollerblading, and skiing that ended in disaster, leaving them with a scar. While the clip plays, the person in it talks about what happened that day or what went wrong, also showing off their scar. MTV always made sure to put a warning for fans not to send any videos in as submissions for the show. The show was successful, and eventually, they even introduced Scar, Where Are They Now segments into episodes. In these, people who had been in previous episodes made a return to talk about new scars they have gotten since last time. The show ran for 2 seasons consisting of 20 episodes. The full series was available on MTV.com for years, until the website had a major update. Luckily, most episodes have been uploaded online. However, there are a few that are missing. The pilot episode has been partially found, but episodes 15 through 18 haven't been seen in years and are currently lost. Reboot is a Canadian computer animated series that first premiered in 1994. This was the first half-hour computer animated series to ever be created. It follows a guardian named Bob, as he works to protect the computer system of Mainframe from viruses. Accompanied by his friends Dot Matrix, Enzo, and his dog Frisket, their missions often start when the computer user loads up a game. Viruses and other enemies come into play, putting Bob and the crew to the test. Reboot ran for 4 seasons, producing 48 episodes, and came to an end in 2001. A live-action CGI series titled Reboot: The Guardian Code premiered on Netflix in 2018, airing 20 episodes. I'm glad there was a reboot of Reboot, but I'm here to talk about the pilot episode of the show. In 1990, development started for the show and the characters began to take shape. Bob was originally named Chip and looked very different from the Bob we know. The team put together 3 promotional tapes for the show. In the first video, Bob explains to us that he must keep Mainframe safe from bad data, which is an evil team consisting of Megabyte and Hacker. Their goal is to steal a whole bunch of data, get super intelligent, and take over Mainframe. In the clip, Megabyte has a Brooklyn accent, and Hacker is a beta character because he never made it into the final show. The tone of this promo video is comedic and not action-packed like the final show. In 1992, the second promo video was created.
I guess it's been about 8 months since it happened. Of course, that's 3 minutes 29 on the outside. I'd say it's changed my life.
Hey, Mike in the morning coming at you. Today's headlines.
You know, Mike in the morning can become a real pain in the morning. But I can take care of that.
Here, we can see a human version of Bob. The video shows Bob going through his futuristic way of life. And we get introduced to his dog Frisket, who looks very different from the final version. After going out to fight, Bob gets sent back to home going through a tube. This part reminded me of Futurama. We can also see early versions of Dot, early Mike TV, Enzo, Binomes, Hack, and Megabyte. The third and final promotional video was put together in 1993. In this video, we can see Bob's final look, with a few differences. He is less detailed, and is sporting a darker shade of blue. These 3 videos were created and pitched to different networks, so I consider this the pitch pilot for Reboot. The videos never aired on television, and were seen by very few people. Finally, in 2012, all 3 videos were uploaded to YouTube for fans to enjoy. G.I. Joe, the movie, was created in 1987, based on the animated series and toy line. This direct-to-video film was produced by Sunbow and Marvel Productions. When production began, the plan was for G.I. Joe to be released in theaters. In the 80s, Transformers and G.I. Joe were two of the most popular toy lines. Sunbow and Marvel decided to make a film about the two franchises and assigned two separate teams to the projects. It was a friendly challenge between the teams to develop the better movie. Transformers and G.I. Joe would release very close to each other, with G.I. Joe planned to premiere first. One thing that many people don't know about G.I. Joe the movie is that Sergeant Duke Hauser was shot down by the Cobra Emperor Serpentor in the original cut. During production, the Transformers team heard about this plot point and were inspired to make a similar storyline for Optimus Prime. During the Transformers movie, Optimus Prime is killed by Megatron. This was a shock to fans, and audiences everywhere were not happy with the decision. Because of this, the team working on G.I. Joe made a decision to change the scene where Duke dies. Now, he has only fell into a coma, and at the end, it's revealed that he woke up. It's unknown if the audio was finished before the team made changes, or how much of the death scene was cut out. The full scene with audio could be locked away somewhere. For now, it's a mystery. Funky Cops is a French action comedy animated series that centers around two cops, Ace Anderson and Dick Kowalski. This show takes place in San Francisco, California during the late 70s. While on patrol, the two officers get caught up disco dancing and staying groovy, but they always seem to get the job done. Funky Cops first aired in France in May of 2002, and had a good run for 2 seasons, producing a total of 39 episodes. When the show aired in the US, it was on 4Kids TV. The show bombed in the US and brought in terrible ratings. It was quickly removed from the 4Kids lineup and placed on the 4Kids website. As with most shows that were made exclusively online, this 4Kids dub of Funky Cops fell into obscurity and became lost. Luckily, the original French-English dub is still available on some streaming services. Finally, on September 5th of 2016, a YouTube channel was created called Funky Cops English. The 4Kids dub version of the first 24 episodes were uploaded to this channel, giving fans of the series a sigh of relief. Well, that leaves the last 2 of Season 1 and a full 12-episode second season still not found. It is possible that 4Kids only dubbed the first season. Regardless, I'm glad we can watch a long portion of the show now. So if you want to check out Funky Cops, type this channel in on YouTube and enjoy. Eagle Sam is an anime about a private investigator named Sam, who is based on the eagle mascot from the 1984 Summer Olympics. At the beginning of the show, Sam is changed into Eagle Sam and fights crime with his sidekick, Canary Karina. Sam's secret weapon is his hat, which has anything he needs to solve the case. And he uses the magical Olympic rings to get out of tough situations. Eagle Sam aired in Japan on the Tokyo Broadcast Network from 1983 to 1984. The show ran for 51 episodes, but sadly, it never made it to the US. Over time, the Eagle Sam anime has been mostly forgotten about, and the show has never been aired again. No DVDs or VHSs of Eagle Sam were ever made. And episode 23 is the only episode that we can watch today. Other than this one episode, the entire series is lost. Chimpai is an anime that was created in 1989. It is based on a Japanese manga from 1985 that is about 2 little aliens that journey to Earth on a mission to find the girl who will marry the prince of planet Mal. They find a girl named Eri and decide she is the one. Throughout the show, they try different ways to get Eri to travel back to their planet. Meanwhile, she treats them as friends or pets. Chimpai ran in Japan from November 2nd of 1989 until April 18th of 1991, producing 112 episodes. The show was very popular, and a Chimpai movie was created in 1990. Chimpai was English dubbed and aired on Disney Channel Asia in 2012. After the show was removed from the channel a few years later, this English dub has never been seen again and is almost completely lost. All that we can see of the Disney Channel Asia dub today is the opening and ending of the show. ECW is a professional wrestling promotion that was created by Todd Gordon and run by Paul Heyman. Located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the name started out as Eastern Championship Wrestling, but was later changed to Extreme Championship Wrestling in order to fit the style of the show. Stars were born here like Sandman, the Dudley Boys, Sabu, RVD, and Tommy Dreamer, just to mention a few. ECW began broadcasting on local television network Sports Channel Philadelphia on Tuesdays in 1994. In 1997, the Sports Channel was taken off the air and ECW was moved around to a few different local networks. A cool thing about the early years of the show is that the promotion used any music they wanted, and violent matches were off the charts. This is because the show was on local channels and weren't planned ahead, so copyrighted music and bloody matches would fly under the radar. During the mid to late 90s, ECW began working with the WWF. Amazing matches took place at ECW and the show gained popularity, becoming the number 3 wrestling company in the United States behind WCW and WWE. ECW ran until 2000 and was shut down in 2001. Paul Heyman explained in an interview that ECW's last year was their most successful. However, the company couldn't go on any longer and went bankrupt. World Wrestling Entertainment purchased ECW in 2003 and would later make their own version of the show. Episodes 400 and 401 aired just before the show was taken off the air, but have never been available to watch since, not even on the WWE Network. Another full show was taped and ready but never made it to air. This unknown final episode is probably stored in WWE's archives but has never been released. Ghost Stories is an anime about a girl named Satsuki Miyanoshida. After moving to a new town, she makes friends at school and they discover a haunted abandoned building. The story turns when it's revealed that Satsuki's mother has been capturing ghosts who haunted the school. Airing in 2000, the show ran for over a year, producing 20 episodes. There is an episode titled Am I Beautiful Koshisaki Onna? This refers to an urban legend. It's about a slit-mouthed woman who stalks a certain area while wearing an overcoat plus a surgical mask. She asks people if she is beautiful and kills them immediately after they answer, no matter if it was yes or no. Set to air on November 5th, 2000, this would have been the 3rd episode of the series. After previews of the episode were shown a week prior to its air date, parents began calling in to express concern about the disfigured look of the slit-mouthed woman. Because of this, Fuji TV decided it was best to pull the episode. All that can be seen in this lost episode today is a 15-second preview. Doozy Bots was a planned animated series that is based on Gundam SD. It centers around 5 high school students that have been chosen by Professor Doozy to take part in an experiment. This transfers the students' minds into new Gundam robots. In this show, the robots would have been many. A promotional video for the show can be found online, and it shows 3 minutes and 53 seconds of the pilot episode. After seeing this clip, I think Doozy Bots had great potential. The show was set for release in 1991, but unfortunately, it wasn't picked up by any network. Other than the promotional video, no other footage of the pilot has ever been seen, and it's unknown if any other episodes were produced. Come to Papa is a comedy sitcom that stars comedian Tom Papa. He also co-wrote the show. It centers around his life as a newspaper reporter who has aspirations to move out to Jersey and be a comedy writer. His wife Karen supports his dream and wants Tom to succeed. Former NBA player John Sally plays a mailman in the show, and he doesn't enjoy Tom doing the small talk every day, as he gets upset and just wants to do his job. Another main character is Tom's friend Judah, who has an interesting way of looking at things, to say the least. Steve Carell plays as Blevin, Tom's boss who spends all day annoying his crew. The first episode premiered on NBC on June 3rd in 2004. Despite the all-star cast, ratings were terrible, and Come to Papa was panned by critics, with the general consensus being that it just wasn't funny. Writing was subpar, and audiences were very let down, because many people were excited for this new show. After episode 4 aired on June 24th, NBC canceled the show, leaving 8 episodes to never air. I checked out Come to Papa on IMDb and found 2 user reviews from 2004. The first one says, "It's a promising show and should be given a shot in the NBC schedule. This show is a breath of fresh air. It's not perfect, but after 4 episodes, neither was Cheers, Seinfeld, or even Friends." The reviewer goes on to say that there wasn't enough promotion, and to cancel the show after only a few shots would be incredibly short-sighted. I do agree with Norman's review, but that's just how it goes when you're airing on a big network. Immediate results are often expected. The second review, that was written a day later, is titled "Different but Good. Funny, but also makes you think." The first 4 episodes were quite entertaining, and it feels sad to read all the negative critics about this show that, in my opinion, has great potential. The reviewer goes on to state that Tom Papa has a unique sense of humor, which may be what scares the critics into talking down the show. These reviews are great and very well written. Too bad most people didn't give the show a chance. After Come to Papa was cancelled, reruns were never shown, and the sitcom was mostly forgotten about. Today, what can be seen of the show is episode 1 and episode 3. Unless Tom owns the full series, I'm not sure if this sitcom will ever be found. Mojo is a manga that was created by Fujiko F. Fuyo, who also created Doraemon. An anime adaptation of Mojo first aired in 1995 and ran for 74 episodes until March of 97. The show centers around a student named Sarayo. One day, Sarayo and a friend hear a story about ghosts who haunt a construction site. The two decide to go there, and one day after school, they find 2 aliens. Their ship had crashed at the site, and they are now stranded on Earth. Sarayo talks with the aliens, and they become friends. This sets the stage for the series, and this changes Sarayo's life forever, as he is now on a mission to help the aliens get home. In February of 2013, an English dub of Mojo started airing on Cartoon Network Asia. Fans really enjoyed this because the show was originally in Japanese. The full series aired, and then it was removed from the lineup. Ever since this showing on Cartoon Network Asia, the English dub version of Mojo has never appeared online and is now considered lost. Just for Kicks was a comedy drama show that ran on the T-Nick block from April 9th to September 10th in 2006. The series was produced by Whoopi Goldberg and was about a group of girls that play on a soccer team in New York City. The group shares a passion for the sport, and the show involves classic high school drama. After one season containing 13 episodes, Just for Kicks was cancelled. Due to the show only having one season and never having any reruns on Teen Nick, it fell into obscurity and was lost for years. Fans really enjoyed Just for Kicks. It was heavily discussed online and gained a cult following, becoming the most rare Teen Nick show. In 2016, the full series was uploaded in 2 parts to YouTube, finally putting this piece of lost media to rest. The Adventures of Hopperman is an animated miniseries that aired from 1995 to 1996 on CBS. It was based on an IBM computer game that holds the same name. Story for the show centers around Hopperman, who is an alien superhero along with his dog, Stud Puppy. They are sent to Earth to be its protector. Hopperman teams up with genius Dr. Emma C. Squared as they defend the planet from villains. Each episode was split into 2 segments and would consist of a pause in the plotline to feature a quick educational moment. The show ran for 1 season consisting of 13 episodes and 25 segments in total. A website for the series was created titled Hopperman Online, and even a direct-to-video movie was planned. Conversations about the film went mute, and it never even started production. Due to Hopperman never receiving a home media release or any rerun time, the show fell into obscurity. 2 segments can be viewed in Spanish. Other than that, the entire show is considered lost. I was able to find 2 CBS commercial segments that featured Hopperman. Seeing as how the show aired over 20 years ago and didn't have much of a following, I'm not sure if these episodes will ever be found. Daddo is a sitcom that aired on NBC in the year 2000. It stars Michael Chiklis, who is well known for being the Thing in the Fantastic Four films, focusing on him being a stay-at-home dad who finds himself in comedic situations. Season 1 produced only 5 episodes, and a full 18 episodes were created for Season 2. The show suffered from low ratings and less than favorable reviews from critics, with one person stating the show was simply dreadful. This caused Daddo to be shut down after the 4th episode of Season 2. After reading through a number of reviews about the sitcom, it seems fans were very middle of the road about this show. Some people really enjoyed the show, while others couldn't stand it. Out of the 9 episodes that aired, only 2 can be viewed currently. Daddo was shown on Disney UK in 2003, and viewers online do seem to remember it, so there is a chance of this being found. Cinematech is a show that first premiered on G4 in May of 2002. It shows trailers, cutscenes, and previews for old, current, and upcoming video games. What sets this show apart from other G4 mainstays like X-Play and Attack of the Show is that it had no host or narrator. Even though we love G4 hosts like Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, and Kevin Pereira, Cinematech was a good break from the norm on the channel. This show was very popular with gamers in the early and mid 2000s, as it gave us the info and visuals we needed back when the internet wasn't as prominent as it is today. Cinematech produced 337 episodes and ran for nearly 5 years, coming to an end in 2007. After the cancellation, very few episodes have appeared online. A live blog of the show was available on TV Tropes where someone recorded episodes on a VHS back in the day. The person who owns these episodes was contacted, and after a long time, user 21gunshow got 9 DVD discs from user Barry Scary of TV Tropes, which was the person who did the live blogs. The DVDs contain more than 80 episodes of the show. These episodes are now available to watch on archive.org. I am glad that we can see a good portion of the show, but that still leaves more than 200 episodes lost. Seeing as how Cinematech ran for almost 5 years at a time when DVR recording was used by many households, I'm confident that the full series will be found one day. Mr. Bogus is an animated series that first aired in September of 1991. It centers around Mr. Bogus, who is a small yellow gremlin, and he lives inside the walls of a house. Throughout the show, his curiosity often tends to get the best of him, leading to him playing with household objects and getting into trouble. Mr. Bogus is a good-hearted person, and usually helps out the humans that don't even know he exists. The show is actually based on a series of more than 300 French claymation shorts named Bogus that were created in 1987. 42 of the claymation shorts were included in the animated series. Mr. Bogus ran for 3 seasons from 1991 to 1993, producing 43 episodes. After its initial airing, the show wasn't seen on TV much anymore and was somewhat forgotten. Mr. Bogus did have a few VHS releases in foreign countries, but even these were very limited. This animated series has a small but loyal following, so this brings the question, where is Mr. Bogus? Fans have searched over the last 20 years and have only been able to find episodes in a foreign dub. Finally, in May of 2020, 37 of the 43 episodes were found and uploaded online. Most of them are now available to watch on YouTube. Seeing as how most of the series was uploaded all at once, I do believe that the lost 6 episodes are out there somewhere. Where are you, Mr. Bogus? Gordon Bleu is a claymation series that was created in 2001. Only 3 of these shorts were made, and they focus on a green frog who is a chef. Each one of the shorts lasted approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds. In the claymated shorts, the frog faces kitchen mayhem as he tries to cook, such as his oven not working correctly, or a fly buzzing through the air. Gordon Bleu first aired in the US on Nickelodeon in 2004. The series of shorts aired for 1 year, and it's believed that a few more episodes of the show were created for Nickelodeon. After going off the air in 2005, the shorts weren't available to view anywhere online. The show also never had any home media releases, but it is rumored that they are on a VHS of an old Nick show. The show was completely lost until 2015, when one of the shorts was uploaded to YouTube. Since then, a total of 3 have been found. The shorts available to watch are titled Lobster, Gingerbread Man, and Worms. Some fans of the show seem to recall an episode involving pizza dough, and another one where Gordon uses a flamethrower. There are these claims, and it would be cool to see more of the shorts. However, the creator of the series stated online that he worked on 3 shorts for Gordon Bleu, and now 3 shorts are available online. So I consider this case of lost media solved. Emeral is a comedy sitcom that aired on NBC in 2001. Running for 7 episodes, the show revolves around famous chef Emeral Lagasse and his home life. The pilot episode was poorly received by viewers, so producers made a decision to change the focus of the show, now showing the day-to-day workings of being a television chef. This was a great decision in my opinion, making Emeral more unique and adding room for new storylines. However, this couldn't save the show from failure, and it was cancelled after the 7th episode was shown, leaving 4 episodes that would never air. One major problem on set was that Lukrembo was so used to ad-libbing that he couldn't stick to the script. Creator of the show, Linda Bloodworth Thomason, said of Lukrembo, quote, "He was expected to become an actor overnight, and it just didn't work." After the show's cancellation, no reruns of Emeral were ever shown, and the show became lost. Episodes couldn't be viewed anywhere, but finally, 13 years later in 2014, 9 episodes were uploaded to YouTube. Because of the initial 7-episode run, this leads me to believe reruns of the show were aired at some point. Episodes The Retreat and My Grandmother's Cornbread have never surfaced and may never be found. Big X is an anime manga from the 60s that was made into an anime show in 1964. It's about a boy who uses a drug to increase his body size to a giant called Big X. The show ran for 59 episodes on TBS. After its initial run, Big X would never air again. Out of the 59 episodes, only 17 of them are known to have been online at some point. The pilot episode was recovered when a film collector came forward with a 16mm print of it. He handed it over to the owners of the show so they could save it in their archives, as they were missing the episode as well. The 11th episode was discovered in 2015 when it was shown on the Animax network as a 50th anniversary special. However, while doing research to see if there was any home media releases for the show, I came across a listing on PlayAsia. The description says Big X Anime Library 48 HD Remastered DVD box set for a price of almost $200. This is a 3-disc set, so it's possible that it could contain all episodes. If a fan of the show decides to buy this DVD, maybe this case of lost media will finally be put to rest. Class of 3000 is an animated series that aired on Cartoon Network from 2006 to 2008. The show features Andre 3000 from Outkast, who is a superstar and music teacher named Sonny Bridges, located in Atlanta at Wesley School of Performing Arts. The show was a success, running for 2 seasons and 28 episodes. The Cartoon Network website was very popular around this time, and some episodes of Class of 3000 were exclusive to CartoonNetwork.com. The show was removed from television due to a lawsuit filed by a former art student who claimed the concept was stolen from a music show he tried to pitch in the late 90s. The day in court would finally come, and the judge dismissed the case, stating, "The 2 works were very different, and the former art student failed to understand the fundamental difference between idea and expression." After the lawsuit settled, 23 of the 28 episodes were available on iTunes. Once fans started rewatching the show, they noticed the 2nd season wasn't complete. Episodes Vote Sunny, Cam Inc., 2 to Tango, and You Ain't Seen Nothing Yeti, which were the last 4 of the series, and episode 20, The Cure, were all missing. Throughout the years, all episodes have resurfaced online, except for the episode You Ain't Seen Nothing Yeti. A Polish dub was on YouTube for some time, but has since been taken down. However, an English dub is yet to be found. I grew up watching Class of 3000, so I'm glad most of the episodes are available to watch now. I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to let me know by hitting that like button and drop a comment if you feel like it. Subscribe to the channel for more Lost Media videos just like this one. And until next time, stay up late productions.